You cannot force a vaccine on us. Nigerians call for withdrawal of NCDC bill. A bill which was said to contain acts that will be used to fight any diseases and follow up on isolation and quarantine acts in case of any disease or pandemic has been said to have passed the first reading and also the second reading in the Nigerian House of Rep. According to Gbajabiamila and other sources, this bill is signed will give the NCDC the power to forcefully give out vaccine to citizens so as to be able to contain the spread of any virus or any other pandemic that may arise. The bill, if passed, will also give the president and the ministers the power to take necessary action during the outbreak of any diseases or pandemics. It is said that the bill for the control of diseases and pandemics is proposing the fine of about 200,000 naira to 5 million naira for anybody that goes against the rules, while the bill for the Quarantine Act is proposing a fee of 500 naira. Although almost all the members of the Nigerian House of Rep voted against the bill, the Nigeria Deputy Speaker confirmed that the bill has been passed on to the House of Rep for a second reading, and at the moment 50% of the Nigerian House of Rep has confirmed that they have not read or even seen the bill. This is really a cause for worry. It's really cause for worry. What are we going to be doing when the people that are supposed to pass the bill with this Gbajabiamila, he did not carry them along? If really you know that this bill is as important as that, why didn't you tell your people? Why didn't you let them know that these are the things that you are thinking, or this is what you think about this whole thing? And like people have been saying that just on a sitting, the bill has passed second reading. How can you force people to take vaccine? What does that mean? When we talk about malaria or whatever, do you force anybody to take that? Even though there are some deadlier diseases out there, nobody forces anybody. And like the bill is proposing, Gbajabiamila is proposing that bill that if it's case true, if anybody refuses to take that vaccine, the person will be charged from 200,000 to 5 million naira. Onto what? Why? Why? Even in other countries that are having problem, that are even having a higher cases, they have not even proposed that bill. I don't know whether you guys know what I'm even the area at which I'm even thinking this whole thing. Oh my goodness. Can you imagine? All those countries that are experiencing this thing at larger scale, they've never proposed any bill. Why Nigeria? Why Nigeria? Well, Nigerians have spoken. They've spoken and they said, you cannot force that vaccine on us. It's not possible. It's not possible. You get this kind of evil bill proposal in a devilish regime. It's this same government that promulgated Operation Python Dance in the East and sponsored Boko Haram. The same governor that closed borders on rice importation. Okay, the same government that closed borders on rice importations but couldn't close it against coronavirus. Now, this is their latest plans. I often laugh at the way Nigerian politicians run etasketa to implement especially ineffective and evil bill against the progress and well-being of Nigerian people. They should have thrown that bill away. It doesn't deserve attention. Whatsoever a man sow shall he reap. It's the devilish politicians seeking for who to devour. Thank God, because very soon, people will soon divide this country, and it will happen in our eye. APC government, you have failed. The World Health Organization (WHO) has just announced a clinical trial of the vaccine in Nigeria. Gbajabiamila is speeding up the law to force everyone to be vaccinated. This is evil. I see he is in the same evil gang with Bill Gates. I've never seen. Why is it that they are not going to Italy and US to do that? Yes, the WHO has said that they will soon start the trial, the vaccine on Nigerians. That Nigerians agreed. I don't know when the Nigerians agreed. I don't know when they told Nigerians Nigerian people that already have a different mindset concerning this vaccine, since Bill Gates has been promoting this vaccine for people to take, and they are not telling Nigerians that Nigerians agreed. Okay, useless and irresponsible set of people. After this, you start blaming citizens for insulting you. You can imagine, even to Buhari family, and give it to Buhari family and all senator, and stop and top government officials first before you think of Nigerians. Of course, even if they give themselves, that's their problem. Someone says these people are not really serious at all. These guys are something else. Why will they start from Nigeria? America, Italy, China, and other European countries that recorded highest number of deaths are there, and you want to start the vaccine on Nigerians? Look at it. Something is fishy. Nigeria and Africa in general should arise and say no to this. Even the American citizens are objecting it, and we are here trying to accept it. It's like the upper and lower chambers don't have meaningful things to do. We are the one they are representing, and we are saying capital no to that. They don't have anything to do. What have they been doing? They don't do anything. They are just there to buy latest cars. They are just there to be feeling big. They are just there to be oppressing others. They are just there rigmaroling. They don't do anything. They are just there to be proposing evil beats. It was one of them that proposed, whether from the upper chamber or the lower chamber, that proposed that Boko people should be sent abroad for education. You can imagine that kind of a thing. That is just what they are there for. That is what they are there for, to buy latest cars. That is what they are there for. Just like people have been saying, in countries that have recorded high death rates, you are not going there. They are not even proposing that bill. Nobody's saying it. They are proposing anything. I hope, well, Nigerians, if we don't come out and condemn this thing or reject this thing in totality, it's not going to be funny. Please, sir, tell Rep and Senate to reject it. They should start from their country. We don't need it. Let's go for Madagascar local made. Even Nigeria, we are even going too far. Even Nigeria, in Nigeria, a lot of herbs have been coming up. A lot of people have been coming up with different solutions, which at the end of the day, they need to put them to test. They need to test them in the lab. Our own herb. So why all of these things? If somebody says I'm not going to take it, say, are you going to? You can't force it down on somebody, and you are saying if they don't take it, and they are going to pay fine. And there's something wrong with these people. There is something wrong with these people. Who proposed the bill in the first place? Nothing was mentioned about the government officials that brought the COVID-19 into the country at all. This bill is demonic. Instead of working on cure, the place called Nigeria is worse than the Banana Republic and place like Yemen put together. Of course, they're not even tasking all the scientists or whatever. But even people have been coming. We have a lot of people who have been coming out to say that, oh, they have cure, they have cure. They are not even looking in their direction. But the next thing, you don't even know where the whole thing is coming from, because WHO says it. And we know what has been going on between China and the US. This back and forth accusation here and there. And the only thing our people can do, our so-called politicians can do, is just to accept anything. They cannot even reason that those other countries that are experiencing this thing at the higher scale, they are not even talking about it. Why Nigeria? Nigerians, you have to be careful, because these people do not really have our interest at heart. We have been saying it, and this is another evidence to buttress that. No be Gbaja, magic don shele be that o. BTW him same the chinko. Okay, I don't know what this person is saying. What did Bill Gates Foundation go to do at the house? Meeting with Gbajabiamila, and what is the value of the content of their discussion to the Nigerian populace at this time? Who say much praises on BMG Foundation by Gbajabiamila? BMG is not a medical doctor. Why so much cry over vaccine? Why is Bill Gates crying more than the bereaved? African leaders are selling us cheap for greed. We should not agree to that, because we put them there. We should not agree to that. So guys, let us hear your opinion, because Nigerians are rejecting this issue of a bill. You can't force this vaccine on us. Leave your comments below and let's have your take on that.